What's up, Charlie? How we doing, guys? Welcome in. Happy Monday. Hope everybody's work week is off to a good start here. Welcome in, guys. Let me know if you all have any questions here about anything in the shop or what's going on here. We can open stuff on the live, guys. We have all sorts of different language options: Chinese, Japanese, Korean. We do have some English as well. So feel free to check out the shop there. What's up, Grim? How we doing, guys? Welcome. Queen Aquino, welcome. Espeon Collector, how we doing? What's up, Cash? How we doing, Damien? Welcome in, guys. Hope you all are having a good start to your week here. Gonna have a live sale or flash sale going on. It's live now at the bottom of your screen there. Simplified Chinese. It's gonna be the Volume 2 with the Johto starters in there. What's up, Ben? What's up, Diego? How we doing, Alyssa? Our queue is open. Queue's open, guys. If you'd like to hop in. We do sealed orders as well. And we ship out next business day. So anything ordered tonight will be shipped out tomorrow. What's up, Crusher? Elmer, Marcos. How we doing, everybody? Finlay, Dino, Billy, what's up, guys? Welcome in. How's it going, Danny? Welcome in. What's good, chat? What's everybody up to? What's the Monday night routine? Huh? Right, first day back on work. We got a favorite show we pop on or something like that. Chilling. We got a certain dinner or something that we hit up every Monday. What's up, Miguel? Welcome in, everybody. Let me know if you all have any questions about anything we have in the shop. We've got the Simplified Chinese 30th Anniversary First Partner product pinned at the bottom. Volume 2. Volume 2, that's the one with the Johto starters here. Got Totodile on the cover. You get a 30th Anniversary card display, a pack of the Stellar Crystal Simplified Chinese, and one of the 9 promos of First Partners that you can pull. You got the Johto starters, you got the black and white, you got Oshawott, Tepig, all those good ones. We have yet to open those, on stream. What's up, Jay? How we doing, Megan? Check it, guys. We'll have flash sales going on all night tonight. All night, so feel free to stick around or pop back in later. Check out what we got going on. Nah, no slabs, Bubba. We do not carry any slabs. Appreciate the likes. Just sealed product for right now. We're kind of accumulating some singles, but those are mostly going to be Chinese. Mostly going to be simplified Chinese. So mostly the some of the exclusive artworks. And maybe not as exclusive. So we will have the Bubble Mew up there. We got the Sleepy Umbi. We're gonna have some of the Cubones, a couple of the Cubones out there, and then we've got several of the Gengars will be available soon as well. They're currently not set up yet. But eventually we will have some of the singles going up. What's up, Ev? Sienna, Dwayne, how we doing, guys? Luis Grimm, bad news. How we doing? Spider-Man brand. See the new Spider-Man? Did you see it this weekend? Heard it was a huge box office hit. Big time. Almost $1 billion worldwide over the opening weekend. Big time money. Big time. What's up, Toon? How you doing, Brenda? It's me, Ken. I'm just Ken. What's up, Zach? And guys, if you are new to the stream here, we've got a bunch of different products to offer in all sorts of languages. We've got simplified Chinese, we've got Korean, Japanese, and English products. So if you have questions about any of the sets, particularly like Chinese, simplified Chinese, they're not always directly aligned with those in the Japanese or English or even Korean sets. So happy to answer any questions, let you know what the big pools are in those. What's up, Eric? Also, guys, if you know anybody who would be interested and maybe they're not on TikTok or anything, we do go live on YT, if you know what I'm saying. YT under the same name. Same name, Scroll Rips for you. What's up, Kyrie? What's up, Goofy? Paulie D. How we doing, guys? All right, the first flash sale has expired. Go ahead and change it up here. Let's get a new one out there. Alright, big drop in price on the one pinned at the bottom of your screen there. Nope, why did it not? Said it changed the pin. Let's see. There we go. In 30 seconds, we're going to have a flash sale going live for the Brilliant Illusions Slim Packs booster boxes. What's up, Mountain High? How we doing? Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Please appreciate the likes, Flame. How we doing? All right, guys. Flash sale is live at the bottom of your screen. Brilliant Illusions. You can pull that beautiful melodic SAR out of there. What else? You got the Pesheron. I believe the Pheasantipity. Okie Dokie. Monkey Dory. A lot of good stuff there. You also have the exclusive Carmine SAR. It's the only available in this set. The exclusive Carmine SAR, not available in any Japanese or English variations. So it is a beautiful artwork. It has both Carmine and Kieran in it. It's a very cool card. We have yet to pull it. We've yet to see it on the live here. So no better time than now to take a opportunity to possibly pull that. We've got pretty good markdown on that one. What's up, Dave? What's up, Finn? How we doing, Ray? Welcome in, guys. Anybody else get in on Storm Emeralda? We did place an order. Placed an order last night. Should be getting shipped out. Shortly here. You know, get a little taste of that Storm Emeralda. It's still expensive. I'm not gonna lie, still expensive, but it did come way down. Price came down quite a bit. Avis TCG Vault, welcome, welcome. How we doing, everybody? If you guys are just joining us, I just mentioned we are going to be getting Storm Emeralda in. I'm hoping it comes in by Thursday. Put that order in with the supplier last night, and they said they'd be shipping it the next day, which for them, since they are like, what, 13 hours ahead, you know, should be within like the next 8 hours or so. Should be shipped out and on its way to us. So good little price drop from where they were at pre-release, and we're gonna try to price it as best as possible to get those bad boys moving. We want to see you guys ripping them. We want to see some cool pulls, see the new cards, all the new artwork, all that good stuff. So make sure to check to follow us if you're not already. That way you can check us out when we get those in stock and are ripping them. What's up, Gabriel? D Money. What's going on, guys? Welcome in. Let's see, check some stuff out on TCG Player here real quick. Still kind of interested. We got Destined Rivals here, market price at 132, so it's come back up a little bit over. Maybe not. Maybe it dropped a little bit more, but I would have expected it to be lower. Still, we've got you know, all these talks that they're doing a big Destined Rivals reprint. So not only there'll be booster boxes, but also ETBs out there. And if you hadn't heard already, GameStop was selling pre-orders for Destined Rivals ETBs. So if that's something you're looking for, if you like Destined Rivals, make sure to check out your local GameStop, see if they might still have pre-orders available for that. But they're pre-ordering based on the sale price being $100 for Destined Rivals ETB. So right now you got Destined Rivals ETBs sitting at market price 132. And so this isn't like a rumored, this is not a rumored reprint or anything. This is in fact planned and is going to happen. So if a mass amount of ETBs are going to hit the market and be available for purchase at $100, I'm a little surprised to see that our market price currently at 132 still. I would gotta be thinking, you know, you're gonna drop your prices more and hope people don't see the news about the reprint yet and you know, decide to scoop up some from you when you make the price look nice right now. Because if you put it market, put it for under market right now, I mean, probably get those to move decently. Otherwise, you're going to end up holding on to them, and the market's going to be flooded with more ETBs at $100, so it's going to keep bringing that down. I would not expect the resale value to be too strong on that. Like if there's going to be enough that GameStop is selling pre-orders, that usually means they're expecting a pretty good chunk to be getting sent out. You know, they didn't do pre-orders for everything when they knew it was going to be scarce, like the Team Rocket SPC, I guess technically, or UPC with the Moltres and all that. You know, to my knowledge, they didn't do pre-orders on that, and you know, they put out listings of what product or how much they expected to get of them, and they were always super low. And so now if they're doing pre-orders, they gotta have a good level of confidence that they're going to get a high quantity. So you know, you put a lot more out there for most people to be able to buy or reasonably have access to at a much lower price. I'm not sure how the market hasn't dropped even more, but either way, in the last month, it has declined from, what's that, 172? Only from 172 down to 132, so that has dropped $40. That's near 25% drop in just the last month. Meanwhile, over like the last week or so, the number of items sold per day, this is off a TCG Player, guys, the number of items sold per day has greatly risen. I mean, we're talking 70 plus sold per day, just that TCG Player is tracking. So you can imagine all the other platforms and everything. So shoot, since July 21st, it has been at least 50 units moving every day. So that's about 2 weeks. We're looking at like 1,000 units moved. So that market price keeps dropping. I would expect it to continue dropping as we get closer to the distribution of that reprint. I think it's supposed to happen actually soon, now that I think about it. I just going back in my mind to the video and it said something about August, and I'm like, wait, it is August. So that should be coming soon, guys. What's up, Yarrow? Welcome in, guys. Let's see, let's check out the booster box on it. Man, the booster box plummeted. It was at 536 on so it's 539. Let's see. In the last month, it's dropped from 567 down to 472, so it's lost $90, about 95. So I mean, it's got to be around what, 15%? It's a 15% drop in the booster box value. With the number over the last few days, number of units moving per day definitely spiking. So I think they got word that there's going to be more booster boxes reprinted, not just ETBs. However, there is rumor of the cost, the distribution cost of a booster box being so high, it might not cause the price to dip down much lower. But man, these bad boys were what, $600? back in June. Right? Yeah. Beginning of June, $600. As high as like 640. And now they're all the way down to 472. So that just proves you guys got to be careful as well. Like, right? Everybody thought, oh man, Desert Rivals is a great one. You know, buy it, hold, yada yada. Man, they reprint it. I mean, you're going to have to hold it even longer now. Because if you bought it at anything higher than what it is right now, it's probably only going to go down a bit more. I don't expect it to hit probably much lower than like 440-ish maybe, because the cost to sell a booster box, like they're heavier, the cost with shipping and all that for people to actually still make money if their distribution is charging like 400. Can't see them taking much less than 10% gross profit. Also depends how many they can get. If you can get a boatload of those, then you'll take $40 a box, you know? Especially if you think they'll move. What's up, Silk? Appreciate the repost. And the share. And the dolphin. Trifecta. What's good? What's good? The flash sale expired. Let's see. And the heart me, appreciate you. I'm doing well, you know. Just getting off work. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, it was busy for Monday for work. I mean, the last week and this week are shaping up to be pretty busy, and then really the core of it is going to be busy next week as well. So busy is a good thing with work, you know. It's job security. If I wasn't busy at some point, you know, be getting a little anxious, you know. Alright guys, the Simplified Chinese is first partner set, volume 1, flash sales live at the bottom of your screen there. That is the one with Bulbasaur on the front. That has the card display with the 30th anniversary logo. It's got the Brilliant Illusions pack in there. And then your chance at one of the 9 promos in here, including the Kanto starters. Then you got Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, Rowlet, Litten, and Popplio. Yep, take your time, So that one is live on the bottom of your screen there. Feel free, hop in, take advantage. GTA Milkman. What's up, Enzi? Guys, I'm seeing Chaos Rising available for like just over MSRP out there. Booster box. Booster box Chaos Rising at just over MSRP. And I think Pitch Black's not too far behind it in terms of coming back down. I think I saw something out there for like 180. A lot of opportunity to get your hands on packs for reasonable prices. What's up, Cynthia? What's y'all's opinions on this? Are we, you know, with the sets here, particularly like Perfect Order and Chaos Rising, coming back down pretty close to MSRP price levels for booster boxes? You know, the ETBs aren't coming down quite as much there, but that we got Pitch Black going down to as little as 180, I think I saw. So, is it Brosco or Brosco? Like I said, the ETB prices are lagging a little bit in terms of dropping down. They're not dropping quite as much as like the booster boxes are, but definitely one of the most affordable. One of the most affordable ways to get your hands on some packs to rip there for sure. If you're just joining us, we've got an order in for some Storm Emeralda. It's still going to be pricey. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be in the 180s when we have it listed. When we do get it in hand, but it is still a significant drop compared to what has been listed up there over the release weekend. So make sure to stay tuned. We'll get that in hand and put it up on the shop ASAP to get it available to you guys and get some rips in on the newest Japanese set there. What's up, Ant? Interesting, interesting. What's up, Jose? I'm getting sleeve at 550 a piece. It's pretty good. What's up, Typical? How we doing? How we doing, chat? What'd y'all get into over the weekend? What's up, Gabriel? Hey, appreciate the follow and the likes. Alright, we got that flash sale has expired as well. Let's see, we get a new one on here. Alright guys, new item pinned at the bottom. That's also going to go on a flash sale in just under a minute here. So that is going to be the Flareon Grand Gathering Collector's Accessory Box. You've got a chance to pull a hidden or super hidden variation of the tin. And then you get the 2 packs of the Grand Gathering set, as well as the magnet that will be inside of the tin. So we have yet to pull one of the hidden or super hiddens out of the Flareon. Pull one out of Vaporeon, the hidden version, and then we pulled the super hidden Umbreon. So really cool variations on the tins there. Nice little collection, little piece to add to your collection. You know, flex on people when you show up to the tournament or whatnot. do have boxes coming in. I ordered the specific size boxes for the binder sets on the Grand Gathering. So we'll get those listed up. This is what they look like. So you got Sylveon here. Box itself is pretty cool. Sylveon shows you what comes in it. We've got the 64 sleeves for a deck that are themed after Sylveon. Then you have the 8 packs of Grand Gathering in there, as well as the binder. So these are sealed. These are in shrink wrap and sealed, guys. So maybe something cool if you want to add to your sealed collection, or definitely use it to maybe house your Evolutions collections with the binder, all that good stuff. So we got the boxes coming in. We'll have Glaceon, Sylveon, Eevee, Jolteon, and Umbreon when those go live. So I should have the boxes, I think, by Wednesday. So I'll try to have those listed up. What's up, Carly? Welcome in, everybody. If y'all have any questions, please let me know. Right now, guys, we got the out in the market right now, like Perfect Order and Chaos Rising, pretty close. Available around $170 a booster box, so very close to MSRP for like the first time in a long time we've seen any of the newer sets go for that. Pitch Black looks like it's hitting as low as 180 right now. Potentially keep going even lower. Let's see. Should I send a quick message to my contact here. Just had a little idea there real quick. What's up, Zach? Is your TikTok fixed, or are you still unable to comment? Did it regress? It worked for like that one day. for a second, chat. Move. For a second. What's that look like? Still kind of dark on part of it. Try to get a little bit more light on the maybe it's just the packaging, I don't know. It looks like super like shaded. Super dark next to it. Anyway. Where's a production team when you need it, you know? What's up, Astro? I'm not well versed in the lighting and all that good stuff. It could be right in the shadow of the marks. One of the lights there. I'm doing great, Astro. How are you? We're chilling, man. What's up, Gabby? Oh, there you go. What cards are those? Did you get like some singles? Gotcha. Yeah, you're tracking. That's what it's telling you. Yeah. Yeah, we always got a caveat there, right? It's like, I mean, according to that, it says it's gonna be here. But it's like, I'll believe it when it's on my doorstep, you know? Some singles. There you go. GX, V-Star in a pack. Nice. It's always fun having something something in the mail, you know? Get you excited. Yeah. Yeah, the wait. The waiting is the hardest part, right? We got that flash sale expiring, so we'll go ahead and change it up. New item pinned at the bottom. It's the Korean Mega Dream. That is another high class set from earlier this year. Technically, I guess end of 2025 it came out. It's gonna go on flash sale in just a minute here. So in about 10 seconds, that price will drop. You are guaranteed a Mega Attack rare. At least a Mega Attack rare with 3 art rares in there, as well as a secret rare item. And every pack will have at least an EX. At least an EX in there. So as I mentioned, high class set. Hit in every pack. What's up, Oscar? There's 10 packs. It's 10 packs in each box. You also have the possibility of, I think there's possibility of God packs in there as well, where you could hit SAR. It would be, it's something like 5 or 6 SARs, and the others are Mega Attack rares. We have yet to pull one of those. We've done it in Korean 151 with God Pack twice, I believe, which was pretty awesome. But we have not done one on Mega Dream. Mega Dream has the big Mega Gengar SAR in it, the Mega Dragonite SAR. It's got Team Rocket's Mewtwo and Zoroark. It's got what, Mega Frostlass. It's got a Fezandipity SAR. A lot of good ones in there. Also known, the English version. The English version of it is Ascended Heroes, essentially. So it's not a full-on one-for-one match, but it is very close. I'm trying to think what else. There are SARs on there. Oh, you got the Stevens Metagross SAR in there. We've pulled a couple times. We have pulled the Mega Gengar. Even the Mega Gengar and Mega Dragonite Mega Attack rares are also really cool. So surprisingly enough, a set I have never opened for myself. I have not opened any of those for myself. Although we have gone through quite a bit of it in Japanese. So, like I said, I've been able to see a lot of the big pulls. My older sister's a fan of the Gengar, more of a Meowth and Mimikyu guy. I got you. Yeah, so Meowth, you got Meowths in Nihil Zero, which is the Japanese version of Perfect Order. Or it's also in Perfect Order. You have a Meowth SAR/SIR, depending on the language. You've also got a full art of the Meowth in there. The Chinese Gem 3 set would be good for you guys if it weren't so hard to find. They've got a Gengar in there, a Meowth, and actually and a Mimikyu AR. The Mimikyu is the one from Shiny Treasure, or maybe in English it's the ETB promo for I don't know why I'm totally Paldean Fates. Yeah, Paldean Fates. So it's the same one. Still cool nonetheless, so you can still get a lot of good pulls out of there. Problem is that set's pretty much, as far as I know, more or less discontinued. My Chinese supplier does not have it, has not had it for like a couple months now. Yeah, Paldean Fates really popped off. That got it was actually pretty slept on when it first came out. You could pretty easily get those ETBs. I did actually I pulled my Bubble Mew out of an ETB. And just MSRP, you know, sitting on the shelves. I think the main reason for that is it was really hard to pull SARs. It was a very small SAR set. You had the three big ones. You had Charizard, you had Gardevoir, and then you had the Bubble Mew. And then those were the only three Pokemon SARs in that, or SIRs in that set, since it's English. They did have more. They had like Arven. I pulled the Arven in English and in Japanese. That's an SAR. They had the Penny. They had Clive. So it wasn't a real big set as far as the SARs or SIRs that you could get. A lot of baby shinies. And the art rares weren't hard to hit, but there were only 3. Or technically 2. Well, the Mimikyu was an art rare, but it was the promo for the ETB. So in English, there was really only 2 you could pull in a pack, which was the Palafin and the Woke Trio ARs, or illustration rares since it's English. But those were like so commonplace that they literally were worth like $1 or $2. Which you hardly find any sets now where an illustration rare of a Pokemon, right, is worth like less than $5. It's not very common now. It used to be more common in Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I bet it's hard to find them. It was, gosh, how long ago? It had to be probably about 9 or 10 months ago. People were paying a lot to pick those up, to get those ETBs, and a lot of people were ripping them. A lot of people were opening them. But they were going for a pretty penny. You know, easily $75 to $80 back then, when we weren't used to stuff starting off so high on the secondary market. Most of the time, you know, in Scarlet and Violet, you could find stuff for at most MSRP, and then maybe a little bit less than that, depending on the set. Until Scarlet and Violet era was almost over, then stuff like Obsidian Flames got more pricey because people were really looking for that promo, the Charmander. Yeah, the Charmander promo, you know, with his hands on the glass and head pressed to the window. It's a pretty cool one for sure. But people are mostly like getting them for that, and those were easily going for $70 plus. Paldean Fates. Not Fates. Paldea Evolved, sorry. Paldea Evolved. Was was going for a bunch because people were chasing the Magikarp, the big Magikarp illustration rare, which became overwhelmingly the chase in that set. I've got a bunch of SIRs from that set that they're worth a little bit more now, but weren't worth like anything back then. The Quackleval was worth hardly anything. You had booster boxes where it wasn't terribly uncommon to get 2 SIRs in the booster boxes for Paldea Evolved. But when the booster boxes, because obviously, you know, booster box is a bigger chunk that's going to cost more once the chase for Magikarp really was taken off. You could spend like $250 on a booster box or spend like $80-$90 on an ETB, and so it was more realistic. People were going after ETBs just because it was less of a financial commitment up front. But that Magikarp's hard to come by. And that's the thing, even in booster boxes were going for even more because typically you're getting, right, 3 illustration rares and you're not guaranteed anything out of an ETB. So people were like gobbling up booster boxes, like 2 or 3 at a time. It was not easy to pull. I mean, you'd see somebody rip easily 70 to 100 packs and still not pull it. You know, go 2 or 3 booster boxes deep and then you still don't pull it. Very frustrating. What's up, Zach? So, definitely one of the more fun ones to chase, but that was before our time, and I have a ton of access to English product. Most sets I can get at least booster packs. I'm gonna buy the pack. I've got a couple avenues to get some other products like ETBs. The thing is that it's so expensive, so much more expensive, and to ship, right? It costs more to ship because they're more obtrusive in terms of the size of them versus like a booster box. For roughly the same size, a booster box I can get 36 packs. Compared to the ETB, you get 9. Don't currently have a ton of room for storage to put all of them either. But the ETBs these days have just gone, it's just too expensive. It's hard to find any of them for room to sell. It's a very expensive hobby now. It is, but it does look like, you know, a lot of the stuff's coming back down. Perfect Order and Chaos Rising booster boxes are coming down pretty close to MSRP. See them at 170 online. I just checked. I mean, some of them, they don't even have limits on how many. You know, I think some of these folks are just trying to get them off their shelves while they can, especially if they have invoices to pay. Like if you work with a distributor, if you have access to a distributor, so it's not by choice that I don't have one. It's very hard to get access to an English product distributor. But they will take your order, send you the product, and then you essentially have that invoice to be paid within 30 days. So some folks, right, they'll get this product and they need to move it off the shelves so they can pay the product or pay the invoices. So they start marking them down towards that point if they haven't sold a whole lot. Right now, I just think the demand has also gone down a bit because of how expensive we're anticipating the 30th anniversary set to be. I heard some encouraging numbers. I do watch a lot of YT creators for Pokemon stuff. One of them has a larger, one of the larger online storefronts out there, and he was talking about his allocation, right? To help give us an idea of, okay, like this is what we got for these sets. Obviously, these sets, it was real difficult getting product, right? Even with limits and that sort of thing. And then apparently what he's saying is overall in their total number of packs, they are expecting to get 200 over 200% of the equivalent of what they've got for like Ascended Heroes. So, how much is the speculation price for the 30th anniversary? I mean, GameStop was doing pre-orders. Initially, they had them at pre-orders where the total cost would be $150 per ETB. Okay, which is 3 times MSRP. And then they started decreasing the price. I think they got, my suspicion is that they got more firm. My suspicion is that they got more firm numbers on the allocation, the quantity of the product that they were supposed to get, and so they started to decrease the price all the way down to $100 a box. So it's 2 times MSRP. I would expect there to be more of a possibility to actually get something out on a big box store shelf, like a Target, a Walmart, maybe you have like a Family Dollar or a Dollar General or something near you. Those will get, more than likely get some sealed product that'll probably be available at MSRP. Now, it's still going to be in high demand, don't get me wrong, but if those places still have limits imposed, you have a much better chance to actually get one. You'd still have to be close by or come in close to when they restock it. For Walmart and like Target, it'll probably be for an ETB like $50, $55 for the ETB. That's going to be pretty standard. So very hard to find packs at all anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Yep, the scalpers do typically beat most of us to it. I had the ability to get some Pitch Black booster packs at Walmart, which was cool. I think I got them like the day after. Usually they stock it like Fridays, so it was like a Saturday morning, and they still had some left. But my Walmart has a 5 Pokemon item limit in general. So whether it's ETBs or booster packs, you can only get 5. And so people will come in, you know, if there's ETBs on the shelf, you know, there's not going to be a ton typically. Usually for a new set release, I would say maybe like 10. So easily within two people, they could buy them all up. And that's usually what happens because they're one of the easiest things to resell for a big profit. Or flip, I guess I should say. So they pay $50. I think my Walmart actually increased their prices on ETBs though. I think they're $60. So right now, if you got like a Pitch Black or even like a Chaos Rising one, you probably wouldn't even make money on it. Because if they tried to flip it, if you tried to sell it on the Bay, you know what I'm saying? If you catch my drift, you're gonna get a 13% fee on that platform to sell it. And that's even if you put it at shipping. What's up? So appreciate the dolphin again. So it's, I don't think it's profitable at this point because those prices have come back down. Maybe there's a little room on like a Pitch Black. I think Pitch Blacks ETBs are going for somewhere between 75 to 80 now. If you get it for 60 at a Walmart, at least the Walmart by me is charging 60, and I think they upped the price there because of the demand of stuff. So they're like, hey, people are gonna pay this regardless. We might as well just jump that price up. It used to be 55. They don't adhere to the $50 MSRP anymore. I think Targets do, but my Walmart does not. They will eventually have Booster Bundle, where you can get 6-packs for the 30th anniversary. They'll have 2-pack blisters, I think 3-pack blisters. There'll be a lot of different products. There's going to be a ton of variation in the products. I know there's supposed to be a poster collection. There might be either a poster or a binder collection where there's like 4 or 5 packs in there. There's supposed to be a lot of opportunities with different items like that to be able to get your hands on some packs. Like I said, the one creator that also runs a fairly large online shop said the number of packs they anticipate getting in for their allocation is going to be over 200% of what they got for Ascended Heroes. So it is expected that they're getting a lot more. And granted, right, so you say 200%, like, is that a lot? Well, like I said, they have a very large online shop. So yeah, I mean, we're talking hundreds of units of just individual products more than what they got. So, you know, there'll be more product out there, so I don't think prices will skyrocket. It's still going to be difficult to get a hold of it at MSRP, unfortunately, because it's such a high demand. But I think the supply is a lot projected to be a lot better. I just don't think, and I think because of that, when a product is more accessible, people aren't going to be willing to pay as exorbitant prices. Like Ascended Heroes, a lot of places, including like my Walmart by me for that, didn't have limits yet. They did not have. They had 5 item limit per SKU. They didn't have a 5 Pokemon item limit in total. So people were literally, they're just snatching up everything. I never saw Ascended Heroes on the shelf. I saw the box for the tins and a box for, I think, like the 3-pack blisters, but I never actually saw the product itself. So, you know, fingers crossed out there. Even if you have to go online and maybe pay a little bit over MSRP, I'm hoping that it doesn't go too much higher. I mean, obviously, yes, it's the anniversary set, so it's got hype. But also, you got to keep in mind, guys, the packs are only like 5 cards per pack. Does the box look like? Let's see. So this is what the ETB looks like. Yeah, 5 cards per pack is pretty low. They did, it was very similar to the 25th anniversary for Celebrations, right? That set was called Celebrations. This is just 30th. They just call it the 30th celebration. Yeah, box looks nice. You know, they have a bunch of different stuff. You know, they have 30 cards, as part of the classic collection, which would be considered hits. All those would be considered hits. And then you've got a bunch of other ones, illustration rares and SARs or SIRs. You got a Gengar SIR, you got 2 Pikachu SIR, you've got a Mew and a Mewtwo SIR. The Mew, I think, is going to be crazy expensive right off the bat as a single, if people get their hands on it. From what I saw, what leaked, it looked like we're supposed to get. What's up, French? Supposed to get the legendary birds in illustration rares. So one for each of them. One for Zapdos, one for Articuno, and one for Moltres. Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno, yeah. One for each of those. There's a few other ones, you know, they look pretty cool. I'm blanking on them off the top of my head, but so there's a lot of good cards in the set. I don't know what the hit rate's going to be like, but yeah, the supposedly the ETB is just going to have those 9 packs. The celebrations in the 25th anniversary, it had, I think, 9 packs. You had a promo. You had the Greninja promo, and then there were like at least 3 or 4 packs of current sets. At the time, gosh, what were they? I can't remember what those packs were. But so it had more than just the 9 celebrations packs with like whatever it was, 4 or 5 cards a piece. Now you've got this set. They're not putting any additional packs in there. It's only going to be the 30th celebration packs with a promo. It's going to have the Nidorina, I think Nidorina promo, and it's an art rare with 30 Nidorinas, and it's going to have Nidorina because Nidorina is the 30th Pokemon in the Pokédex overall, right? It's number 30. So that's why they did it. And then like I said, in that illustration, there'll be 30 Nidorinas throughout the entire artwork. So it's pretty cool. It looks like a really nice card. I think it's really well done as well. Yeah, it's just gonna be hard getting a hold of it, that's all. So, you know, we might have to pay a little above MSRP to get a hold of it. I'd keep an eye out, you know, for online drops like Target and all that kind of stuff. Target usually does their online drops, guys, at 12 a.m. Pacific time, which would also be 3 a.m. Eastern time, which is crazy. That's smack dab in the middle of when I should be sleeping. So I don't really partake in those. It is difficult with those as well. You know, you've got all the bots and stuff out there these days. I find it so hard to believe that we haven't come up with a way to combat bots. With all the technology we have, if we have the technology to create them and people use them in such a widespread manner that it's such an issue across, you know, stuff like concert ticket sales and big sporting event sales and all this kind of stuff. If it is such a problem, why has nobody invented a way or constructed a way to combat them on a much more effective scale? Because it's things like that that are perpetuating the secondary market resale for exorbitant amounts. That's pervasive across everything. Like I said, new product drops. You used to have it for like sneaker drops. You got it now for TCG drops. I mean, if you if anybody has dabbled in like Lorcana or anything like that, it's been almost impossible on any new sets to get product there. When they first released it online, it was impossible. Concert tickets, you know. I just find it hard to believe that maybe these companies that are doing the sales don't care because they still make their sales and they don't care about what happens with the secondary market. But I think it just creates a very negative sentiment around the whole it just casts a cloud over the whole thing, and I think it kind of sours the experience for everybody, especially when they're like, man, why even bother trying to log in and getting in the queue for these ticket sales, because I'll pop on and I'll have to wait 3 hours just to be kicked out of the queue several times and then not get tickets at the end of it. Meanwhile, somebody's out there controlling bots and has bought, you know, hundreds of tickets up at face value, making it impossible for other people to get access to and all that. I mean, it's just, I think we're gonna have, I don't know if it'll be targeted, excuse me, if it'll come into the hobby sphere. The competition is ridiculous. Yes, exactly. It's just so hard. It's even, I don't know if anybody out there does any like fitness events or anything like that, but there's an event that's called High Rocks. They hold them all over the country, all over the world. It first became very popular in Europe, and then it's now very popular. It's like super popular in the US now. When I did it, I signed up for it probably almost 2 years ago now. There was one in Washington, D.C. I signed up for it, and that bad boy did not sell out. I don't know if it sold out in its entirety at all, but it had availability for several months after the fact. Now, when you go on, it literally sells out in minutes. It sells out in minutes. People, there's all sorts of complaints and across the board. But it's like that. It's these fitness events are doing that. They're selling out. Concert tickets are selling out. And then not only that, I'm seeing people that are buying more race submissions than they need. And one woman I saw actually had posted theirs up. She purchased, so you could purchase a package for doubles, meaning you do it with a partner. So you purchase one thing, it gets you and your partner in. She purchased two, so it would be her and her partner, and then she just purchased a second one. But she did that so that she could sell it to offset the costs of her trip for it. And I'm like, that is not, that should not be allowed. Why do you need to sign up for, why do you need multiple signups for the same race? Like, why are we allowing people to do that to be able to resell them? Like, why is that a thing? Like, you can't run it in the same division multiple times. It's not how it works. So that's even more frustrating. It's like, what are you doing? You have absolutely no need to do that. But I mean, most people are just going in there and trying to get what they intended to get and not worrying about scooping up others for the fear of losing their own. But this woman did that, and I'm just like, it's just insanely selfish. And she's trying to do that so she can resell to profit off of it to help offset costs. She was selling it at face value plus $150. So she was selling at $150 over face value. which is insane because at least an individual's entry used to be around like $140, $150. So she's selling it for like probably a 50% markup. It's just people are like so greedy now too. That's the thing. It's like people can't even help themselves. They're fortunate enough to get access to it on a drop or something, and then they just scoop up everything they can instead of just what they wanted or just what they need. So, do you know how much the Mega Greninja EX is? Mega Greninja EX. Oh, from Chaos Rising, like the individual card. Are we talking the SIR? If you're talking the SIR, I think that bad boy's like $300. I think. Oh, if you're just talking the Elite Trainer box, the Elite Trainer boxes are selling for like 70 to 75. Might be able to even find a little bit less, depending. Maybe somebody's like running a sale, trying to free up room for, like, if it's a shop that gets allocation of like 30th anniversary and all that, they might be trying to move some inventory to make space, make room, or to also just help be prepared to be able to pay their invoices. No, sorry, can't do that. Nut. I can't. I'm not proficient at making them clap, so it just sounds like a incredible waste of peanut butter and jelly. Oh, Astro, you have it? That's awesome. Yeah, that's a big time card. Let me see. Jeez. Man, guys, my collection's taking a massive hit over here. I just looked on Collector. This bad boy keeps dropping in price. Or value. It dropped $80 just in the last day. Dropped $88 over the last week. Over the last month, it's dropped $800. That's the last month right there for my collection. It's dropped $800 in value. That's okay. I'm alright. I'm alright, guys, because it's not like I bought a bunch of stuff at real expensive. I haven't really accumulated stuff at the high point. That's just from the markets getting all crazy. It's called the Collector. Collector. COLLECTR. Astro. There's no O at the end. You can use that app to record all the cards, enter all the cards that you have in your collection, and then it'll track the values for you. I feel like I might just pay for the first starter promos in English. The cost of what it's going to be in Japanese, like the Japanese, you're going to be able to buy a product knowing which starters are in it. and it'll have all three, they're going to be crazy expensive. I feel like I'm just better off buying it in English right now because you can get all three of them for under $100. Or theoretically, you could take your chance. It looks like the first partner boxes have been dropping a bunch. Look at the first partner. What's up, Jay? This is the first partner collection. Series 1, which would be the ones with Kanto and all that. It had hit as high as 82, and it's just plummeted over the last month and a half. So, market price around 63 on that. So you could take your chance. You get one box of that and then hope that you hit them. So, I don't know. What's crazy to me, though, guys, if you think about it, so that product, the first partner illustration product, is supposed to be MSRP $15. And right now, I'm in my mind, I'm convincing myself it's a good deal that it's come back down to $60 a box, which is 4 times what it was supposed to be. Yes, 15. MSRP was $15. Nobody ever listed it at that. It started off at like $45 right off the bat. Like, there was never a shot for anybody to get it at MSRP unless you got it off the shelf from a big box store. But, you know, the scalpers were gonna scoop them all up. But it was like a $15 or $20 product. And it's selling for 3 to 4 times that now. And that's it coming back down from its peak. Back in May, it was $54. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can find the Series 2 with the Johto starters. Series 2 is only like, you can find that out there for like $30. It's not nearly as popular. Let's see, Mega Greninja. Yeah, there you go. Mega Greninja. Oh wait, hold on. That's the Japanese version. Out of Ninja Spinner. So the Japanese version's at about $316. Wow. Where's the English version then? No way. The English version of it has dropped as low as $220. That's crazy. I don't know how that one dropped, but the Japanese one is so high. That doesn't make sense, chat. Although you got the secret rare and the full art Greninja is about the same value. Wow, the Japanese gold, it says $489. Something's weird about that. It doesn't really make sense to me, but I'd have to actually look. So this aggregates sold, the actual sold values through the bay, if you know what I'm saying. It like pulls all that information in and averages it. That's crazy that the Japanese version is more. Still a really valuable card, and that it's going to go back up eventually, because right now it's going down because the cost to open packs of Chaos Rising is going down, but the cost to open Japanese packs is not so much. The price for the Ninja Spinner is a lot more stable right now, but the price per booster box is dropping quite a bit on Chaos Rising. Like I said, you can find them for $170, which is just slightly over MSRP now. If I had to guess, you could probably wait a couple more months, or maybe just a month or so. If you wait a month, the hype for 30th celebration, and then right after that you'll have Delta Rain with the Mega Rayquaza. I would expect booster boxes to go for pretty cheap of Chaos Rising and Perfect Order. We're seeing them trend down right now. People are losing interest in paying those higher prices because we all know the 30th celebration's coming out, and it's going to be hard to get your hands on product, and you're probably going to have to pay over MSRP and all that. So be prepared. Be prepared. Don't go with the FOMO and all that kind of stuff. I would say give yourself a plan though on 30th celebration. Like, kind of give yourself, in other words, in the beginning it's going to be overpriced. Well, I think the 30th celebration, I don't think that's going to go down in value really. The only way it'll go down in value from wherever it starts when it first comes out is only if all of a sudden there's word of more and more like restocks. The initial allocations are pretty strong, but even with the demand, I still think it's going to be tough to get hands on. Because the idea is, like, if it's on a store shelf, people will scoop up as much as they can, make it scarce for people like you and I, and then force us to have to go to the secondary market to buy it, and then that will raise the price, theoretically. Yeah, some of those definitely, they came out more expensive because they were the new hot set, right? And I think the 30th celebration has taken has stolen quite a bit of attention in the community. And then the fact that we've got insight into what GameStop is going to charge for it. So I think everybody's kind of bracing for how much it's going to cost from a reseller, or even just regular TCG online shops, because most of them are not going to sell it for MSRP. And I can't necessarily blame them, because you never know when this bubble's going to pop, when they're not going to be able to charge over MSRP for product to help them, run their shops. So it's gonna be kind of a wait and see thing here. Unfortunately, we're getting some indicators here and there. Like I said, like the content creator that also owns and runs an online storefront has been transparent with their initial allocation, which makes me more optimistic that it's not like going to be super short printed or something like that, which would then cause the values to just absolutely skyrocket. Like if you thought Ascended Heroes was bad, if this was printed at the same level as Ascended Heroes, it'd be going for 5 times MSRP easily. When it's already going for 2 to 3. So I've got a little optimism there. It's just there's so much popularity around the Pokemon hobby as it is now, and then they, you know, to sync it up with the 30th celebration, you know, it's kind of like a perfect storm. So I wouldn't expect prices to go down on that for much. I don't think it'll go down at all. If anything, it might go up after release, just because as it becomes, once we know how available it is on retailer shelves like Walmart's, Target's, Family Dollars, all these places that might carry them and carry them at close to, if not at MSRP, until we know what that looks like, we won't know how much to panic, you know. But I feel like if LGSs are getting really large allocations, like much larger than Ascended Heroes, if they're getting much larger allocations there, then I am optimistic that major big box retailers will also get a big amount. Plus the fact when GameStop started their ETBs at $150 and then dropped it down to $100, that made me more optimistic, because it, to me, my assumption is that they realize they're going to get even more product than they thought, and can probably drop the price to make sure all that product's going to fly off the shelf. What's up, Jake? So these are all assumptions, right? These are all opinions and assumptions, guys. These are not anything based on fact, other than what I've heard from a content creator's video. Now, he's been transparent. He's one of the most transparent. He does offer a lot of his product at MSRP, at least at some point, you know, even if it's just small releases, having it available at MSRP with limitations. So he's one of the better, you know, shop owners, at least in terms of goodwill amongst the community. But, you know, there comes a time when you're going to need to charge the full price, you know? So I don't doubt any information he's sharing. I trust what he says. He's been around for a long time, way before COVID and all that craziness. So he's very well established in the community. So I have no reason to doubt him, but that's the information I'm going off of. And then just other speculation on my part. So, what's up, Marco? All right, guys, we are close to the end of our live here. We'll be on, we'll stay on for a few more minutes here in case anybody wants to hop in. Otherwise, we will go ahead and close up the shop. Probably, if nobody hops in the queue by 10:35 Eastern time, right? I'm on East Coast time. Then I'm going to close up the shop for the evening. We'll be back Wednesday. Maybe if there's some outside chance, we might have Storm Emeralda by then. I'm not holding my breath, but I'm hoping Thursday we get it in. Initial stock's just going to be 6 boxes. It's still pretty expensive. Unfortunately, the price, it did drop compared to the weekend. It went up slightly over where it was yesterday, so, you know, it's being finicky. But hoping we'll have that available by Thursday. So we will be live again Wednesday night. Make sure you're following us. Be back Wednesday and Thursday. We might do a stream over the weekend. I got to see what else is going on. Hopefully, right, we'll get the boxes in to be able to ship these binder boxes of the Grand Gathering stuff. So we'll get that up on the Webby as well, up on the shop, and have that available. Plan on doing that tomorrow night when we're not streaming. So hopefully you'll come see us, come join us, hang out, chat, talk all the things. Yep. Yeah, those binders, it's the Evolutions themed binders, and it comes with 8 packs of the Grand Gathering set, as well as 64 sleeves, 64 card sleeves that will be themed after that particular one as well. We'll have Sylveon, Jolteon, Eevee, Umbreon, and Glaceon. Nice, Silk. Appreciate you. Appreciate you hanging out. Have a great night. And then hopefully Storm Emeralda will come in. Maybe Wednesday, if not, hopefully Thursday. We shall see. Appreciate you, Astro. You too. You too. Appreciate you hanging out and chatting with us. In case you couldn't tell, I do enjoy the hobby, so I can yap quite a bit. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight. 8,000 likes. Appreciate y'all. All the likes, follows, shares, gifts. And we'll see you guys Wednesday. Like I said, hopefully we'll be able to get the binders up on the site so that I can and get the boxes in so I can actually ship them to you guys and keep them well protected. And Storm Emeralda should be doing later this week. Appreciate y'all. Take it easy.